Imad Hajjaj's character, Abu Mahjoub, is loved by many thousands of newspaper readers in Jordan. The name translates as Father of the Hidden and serves up a menu of issues important to Jordanians, delivered with a side order of cynical humor.
Cartoons are powerful. It's purely visual language. It's international language. It's the language of laugh.
But alongside his most famous cartoon character, Imad has turned his talents with great effect to the current state of the Arab world. From revolution in Tunisia, triggered by unlicensed vegetable seller Mohamed Bouazizi setting himself on fire, to political upheaval in Egypt, to bloody conflict in Libya. Here Arab leaders are yelling, "We are not like Egypt and Tunisia," while the domino effect of popular uprising sweeps across the region. He's even applied the tragic event of the Japanese tsunami to depict an analogy with the wave of unrest bearing down on the Middle East.
Our newspapers is full of lots of ugly things. People killed every day, wars broke up every year. Sometimes the cartoonist has to show the reality. Sometimes I had to shock people. Sometimes I had to be blunt. Sometimes I had to be straightforward and point out the wrong things. And this is a dangerous job.
Are you afraid?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I get threatening emails and call threats by phones. At the first I was very afraid, but by the time I got used to it.
Creating images about sensitive events has long been part of Imad's work, and it's landed him in trouble on more than one occasion, most notably when he made King Abdullah the feature of his work.
It started with a cartoon I did. It was the first cartoon that I portrayed our king in. It was a taboo in Jordan. You cannot draw the king in a cartoon. Of course, there is nothing, I wasn't saying anything bad about the king. I like him. But the idea of portraying the king was not a good idea for many in Jordan. And this is why maybe months after it, I lost my job.
Imad's brother Osama shares the family gene for cartooning genius, but prefers the internet to traditional newspapers as the main outlet for his work.
Atta and Atwi, my characters, represent the position of the youth and illustrate the problems they go through. I chose this direction because we lack a good representation of this group. The youth are very important, and they are the ones making the change in the Arab world today.
Like his brother, Osama's work has landed him in trouble with the authorities.
I had a cartoon in relation to the Muslim Brotherhood, which put me and my editor-in-chief that day in jail. And I was the first cartoonist to get jailed because of the caricature in Jordan.
He says he has to stay away from religion and some domestic political issues as his work is monitored and he doesn't wish to be jailed again. Covering wider issues affecting the region can also be difficult.
Recent events make a rich base for us painters and cartoonists. We get a lot of ideas from Egypt, Tunisia and Libya. I drew a lot about these dictatorships and encouraged change.
On Valentine's Day, ousted Presidents Ben Ali and Mubarak sway intimately in a love dance, while Arab leaders are turned into flying popcorn here, or portrayed as selling messages on these soda cans.
When I draw something on Egypt, people attack me saying it's not our business to intervene in Egypt's issues, and we should solve our own country's issues first.
Of course, there is the traditional triangle of censorship in the Arabic world. It is the sex, politics, and religion. And there is a new religious sensitivities rising up. And this is a new form of censorship. If you are asking me about what taboos I'm afraid of, I'll tell you these taboos are rising. And many things that I used to do easily in times before I cannot do now.
Despite the frustrations and the dangers, the Hajjaj brothers have no plans to give up on their work at a time when the changing face of the Middle East is providing plenty of bite for their form of political satire.